In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at how to create our own custom character for Retro Horror template. We'll start with an empty scene and importing our new model. In this case, I'm using the regular model from Mixamo. The only thing that we have to change on the import settings is to set the animation type to humanoid. Next, we'll go to the top bar and select Horror Engine Wizard's new character. And this will bring up a editor window where we can create our own character. We make sure that we leave selected the character prefab and add our model. We select the folder where we want to export our new prefab and click create. This will create a new prefab, which is the one that we will use in game. This is already set up with all the required components and whatnot. So if we take a look at the HE core, we see that this has a bunch of references, and one of them is the game manager, and this contains the characters that will be used in the game. This references a file called the character data, and this character data file is the one that references the character prefab. So we need to create our own character data asset to be able to customize our character and use our new prefab. So we create one, going to right click on your project, create Horror Engine character, and we give it a name, for example, my new character data. And here we set up our character. We can give it a name. This is the character name itself, like John, Mike, or whatever. And we reference the prefab and give it an initial inventory. In our case, we're going to give it a gun. One gun with 15 bullets, and we can set up all the parameters here like documents, maps. We will make sure that the player has the gun equipped by default. Next, we go to the game manager and replace the character data with our new character data. And if we press play, we will notice that nothing happens, and that's because we are getting an error which says that some of the character sockets are not set up properly. That's because we are missing a step. We need to go to the top bar and click Horror Engine Wizards set up character sockets, and that will bring up a window where we can set up the sockets. We need to open the character prefab and select each of the sockets needed. For example, the right hand can use the right hand bone, the left hand can use the left hand bone, and so on. For the flashlight, we don't have any bone. Obviously, this rig didn't have any flashlight bone, so we can create our own game object that we will use for the flashlight socket, for example, attaching it to the spine. We give it a name, flashlight socket, and add a socket component using the flashlight handle. Now we simply pick that object on the setup socket window and press apply sockets. This will create all the sockets on the selected objects. As you will see, they are now showing some gizmos, and we can go ahead and even adjust the position of, for example, the flashlight socket to position it at the right place. Once that's done, we save the prefab and press play. As you can see, our character now works and uses all the character states correctly. It has the equipped gun that we set up on the character data. Unfortunately, it's still not visible, and we'll take a look at that in the next tutorial where we will investigate how to set up player equipment.